طيب the last thing I would say about the taste buds is that إنه عندنا فيها taste cells which are responsible for the taste, وفي ثاني supportive cells، وفي basal stem cells which are basically responsible for regeneration. غير ديل قلنا إنه عندهم microvilli في taste pore and عندنا serous gland or salivary gland to get rid of the taste. تمام؟ غير ديل إنه at the bottom of each taste bud في a sensory nerve that's responsible for transmission of taste. دي كده بس الidea. تمام؟ This taste bud in the simplest way. Are you all back? تمام. Okay, so salivary glands, I don't want to talk about them a lot. I'm just going to really quickly try to summarize برضه عشان ممكن يتأخر. So salivary glands هي فيهم major glands و minor glands. minor glands they're just everywhere. major glands في ثلاثة اللي هم السبلينجول والسبمانديبولار والباروتيد. تمام؟ يلا في السليفري جلاند I just want to talk about the histology حقه، يعني ما عايزين كلام أكتر من كده، اللي هو basically إنه عندنا في each salivary gland secretory unit و excretory unit. So a part that secretes the salivary gland and a part that gives like an exocrine part. Since it's an exocrine gland هيكون a tube or duct that gives it out. تمام؟ طيب
Wait,
يلا
you said the parts of the salivary gland are secretory and exocrine?
like في parts that secrete the gland and في parts that are the duct itself because it's an exocrine gland. So هيكون في parts secretory في parts duct.
Okay.
Okay. Now فيلا a type of gland ذاته is إن عندنا acinar cells. acinar الجلاند ذاته عندنا acinar وعندنا tubular. تمام؟ الacinar cells are the ones that secrete serous secretions، ولا tubular will secrete mucus. لكن احنا اصلا ما عندنا في السيريال glands وحدات purely tubular، so بنسميهم tubular acinar which secrete mixed secretions, so they secrete both mucus and serous fluid. ودي الحته اللي we're most concerned with في histology. يعني when they ask about histology حق salivary gland they usually ask about انه الستركشر حقتها acinar ولا tubular acinar، و they ask انه it secretes serous ولا mixed. تمام؟ دي الحته الاولى. ثاني حاجه انه all of these glands are branched, so they're not simple acinar, they're branched acinar وما simple tubular branched tubular acinar. تمام؟ so they're branched في وحدات acinar which are serous، وحدات branched tubular acinar which are mixed. يلا branched acinar دي منه دي الباروتيد gland. تمام؟ دائما الباروتيد متشبه اخوانها. so الباروتيد gland is branched acinar purely serous، while branched tubular acinar are the sublingual and submandibular. تمام؟ دي أول حاجة. طيب يلا في sublingual و submandibular I don't think it's important to know، لكن إنه submandibular is the one that secretes, although it's mixed it's more serous. تمام؟ يعني هما mixed they're serous and mucus، لكن submandibular secretes fluid mostly serous while sublingual secretes fluid mostly mucus. It's not that important, just know it's mixed. تمام؟ طيب there you go. All right. I'm trying to just think of find stuff that are really important. But يعني structures of all of these glands هيكون عندنا two structures. عندنا cells data that secrete the gland that secretes the saliva وفي duct cells. الجلاند ذات نفسها زي ما قلنا it's either gonna be tubular acinar أو acinar وبعد ذاك الدكت ده فيه cuboidal cells تمام أو columnar cells. So فيه two types of ducts. عندنا البداية حقته يكون intercalated cells بعد ذاك بيكون عندنا striated cells. intercalated cells they're cuboidal while striated cells they're columnar. يلا اللعبة كلها في striated cells there. So striated cells of a tubule of a duct قصدي بيكونوا columnar وبيكونوا full of mitochondria. ويلا فيه حاجة مهمة إنه it has a function of active transport of substances in the saliva. يعني السلالب ذاته when it gets secreted it doesn't get secreted with the same tonicity as the blood. الcells there when they secrete mucus they secrete الفلويد أو السلايفا they secrete زي ما هو في البلد لكن إحنا ما دايرين to get secreted زي ما هو في البلد so we end up absorbing and excreting substances. هاي بتحصل في striated duct. ففي striated duct بيكون عندنا columnar cells full of mitochondria. الفانكشن حقتهم is active transport of bicarbonate, potassium. في نفس الوقت الابزوربشن of الصوديوم and chloride عشان يعملوا السلايفا يكون hypotonic تمام. فدي حاجة تانية مهمة نعرفها. I think that's pretty much it في موضوع oral mucosa that you need to know يعني that's important to do. But غير let me see if there's something else I should mention. طيب sorry I'm looking for a paper. طيب last thing I want to just quickly highlight is في حاجة يعني question area of question بيجي في paper 2 إنه في paper 2 you're expected to always memorize 3 حاجات اللي هم ال blood air barrier والblood
Yeah,
brain
Manon.
barrier. Yeah.
So our paper 2 is actually just going to be like, it's just going to be clinical questions. Like it's going to be 15 multiple choice clinical questions on the computer. Like,
Honestly, I have no
do
idea.
you know of any histology clinical questions they could possibly ask us?
Wait, let
on
me
paper
think.
2?
Our paper كانت written.
Yeah, it's
لكم
supposed to be like that, but they changed it. I don't know.
Histology clinic. Let me think دقيقة. Because I don't إحنا ما كان عندنا زي ده, so I'm not sure what I don't know what to expect, to be honest.
Yeah, it seems like it's their first time or something doing that because we've never
Yeah.
had paper 2 like that before.
Definitely. طيب.
Wait, I thought that it's gonna be all for gross anatomy. The paper
No, it's not.
too.
لا لا ما just gross.
I mean, it's just 15 questions.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
like
it is.
5 gross, 5. Oh, thank you, Ahmed.
طيب I would expect ممكن مثلا يجيب لكم
Andrew's 5
case of
minutes. Oh, nice.
respiratory مثلا يجيب لكم ال adult respiratory distress syndrome neonatal respiratory distress syndrome and to ask for example what's
okay.
secrete surfactant مثلا حاجات زي دي يعني they're gonna give you a case and then ask you a question about the histology itself يعني they wouldn't ask you to diagnose something okay عرفتي
Okay, that makes sense. So like what the most common place for like gibel guti for the prostate or like for the
yeah for
cervix,
example
like the most okay.
or they could like give you a case of مثلا في cardiovascular system ذات في البثو like they would explain to you يعني they wouldn't expect you to know حاجة you don't already know don't worry about that no يعني في clinical questions then they would ask you حاجة and then the case وفي آخر line في الcase بيكون في question that's closer to theory than it is to clinical if that makes sense يعني الcase it might overwhelm you في البداية لكن after that if you read the last line يعني it's حاجة that's related to the case but it's also related to your knowledge that you already know you see
Yeah, that does make sense.
don't worry too much
Not
about
with his cham though.
I think it's not I was gonna say حياة is virtue as in listing لكن if your paper is clinical then it's not relevant anymore طيب if I do remember anything that's clinical كده ممكن يجيكم I'll also mention it لكن I can't really think of anything clinical في histology بس
Yeah, I'm assuming they'll ask us like neuro and probably embryo clinical.
yeah I'd expect that too طيب I wanted to mention حياة في CNS لكن I can't remember anything right now يلا one thing you need to guys go through yeah I was gonna mention إنه try to remember الباريرز الثلاثة just try to go through them sorry 4 barriers اللي هم ال blood brain barrier وال blood air barrier اللي هو في ال alveoli ال blood testis barrier وآخر حاجة ال glomerular filtration barrier glomerular filtration يعني just try to remember which cells form what يلا فيهم كلهم حاجة واحدة common is إنه the first layer is the endothelium of the blood vessel تمام يعني just you can never go wrong with that one إنه أول layer فيهم ال endothelium is the blood بعد ذاك ال second layer is usually a basement membrane of the cells يلا ال third layer is a specialized cell حقت ال area so في ال blood brain barrier بتكون ال I started with the one I can't remember بتكون الأستروسايت الأستروسايت بتعمل لنا البارير في البلود اير بارير بتكون التايب 1 نيوموسايت في البلود تيستس بارير بتكون السيرتولي سيل في الجلوميرولار فلتريشن بارير بتكون
في البلود اير شنو؟
blood air barrier بيكونوا النوموسايت أو الالفيولار سيل تايب 1 alveolar cells وفي الجلوميرولار فلتريشن بارير بيكونوا البودوسايت تمام يعني layer 1 is the endothelium of blood vessels layer 2 is the basement membrane of the cells layer 3 is the specialized cell حقت الاريا دي لأنه specialized cells you have to obviously mention it إنه في blood brain barrier في الأستروسايت في blood air barrier هي alveolar cell type 1 في blood testis barrier هي السيرتولي cell وفي glomerular filtration barrier هي البودوسايت this is just a simpler easier way to remember الباريرز كلهم سوا مرة واحدة تمام طب تقدر عنده أي سؤال في أي حاجة في histology like the entire thing Okay, تمام. If there are any questions, we're practically done. So, any questions, ask it. If you don't have any questions, we're done.
Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Anytime.
I really wish you happiness in life and everything
Yes.
that you wish.
All the good things. But you deserve all the good
Thank you,
things.
guys. So, pretty much it. Thank you, guys. Well, I really hope you guys do good in your exam.